Hi guys, so I wanted to do an update on what I'm currently doing with my life. Okay, so I sought a mold specialist, a Shoemaker specialist, and they're testing me for these things. These labs. They test for chronic infections in the sinuses, chronic mold, like a staph infection. I forget what it's called. But yeah, they do a nasal swab, they get up in there, and then they test it. And so we're waiting back on that because they think that probably the biofilm clear shit that I've been coughing up is related to that. So they've put me on a Welchol because I'm really sensitive to meds. So they put me on Welchol, and it looks like this. My computer's still broken, so I can't really see what I'm doing. Just bear with me. Bam. Okay. So because I'm so sensitive, they only have me on a quarter of these things. So I chop them up, and I only take a quarter's worth. What else am I doing with my life? So I try to clean up everything that I own, everything from an apartment, because I did live in an apartment with black mold. And although I've been sick since I was 16, I did not have crazy bodily issues, crazy connective tissue issues. I mean, I had like a degenerated disc and stuff like that, but I didn't have these horrible types of body issues until I lived with black mold, and they literally fell apart, and I have not been the same. So, the theory is that Lyme, if you've had Lyme or whatever the fuck, you know, at some point Lyme can mess you up to your intolerance to mold and other neurotoxins because you can't detox, and it can change your HLA and your genes. So I definitely have issues detoxing, so much to the point where I can't take turmeric, I can't take a lot of stuff that's for detoxing because I get sick. Um, yeah. So what did I do? Okay. So I'm trying to avoid mold at all costs and other chemical sensitivities that I might be prone to genetically, but I haven't noticed any direct correlation. When I lived with mold, I was very sensitive to chemicals, but now I'm not that sensitive to them, and I don't know if this is because my body doesn't react to them anymore or what, but I was very sensitive to perfume and stuff like that when I lived with mold. It just got worse and worse. But now I seem to be okay. Anyway, so a lot of the stuff I brought with me from my old apartment, which is awful to do if you have mold intolerance because you just kind of bring your neurotoxins with you everywhere, and I didn't know about this either. And I brought everything with me, and some of it I haven't cleaned just because I haven't worn it, and I didn't know this was a problem. So I went through and I cleaned most of it. Used this bad boy. I popped it in there in the washing machine with some of this. I read a blog to use concrobium, and yeah. So I poured some of that in there. I did a wash. I poured some of this in there. I did a wash. I couldn't find any borax. I don't know where they sell that. So I didn't do that. Okay, so the update on it is within the first 3 days of taking Welchol. Did I even tell you the name of it? Yeah, it's Welchol, and it's 625 milligrams tablet. I'm taking a quarter of that. But so the first few days on Welchol, I literally had more energy than I've had in forever. Like I woke up and I felt like a normal person for the first few hours, and I was just like ready to attack the day. It didn't last because it never does, but that was something hardcore, very hardcore, and since then everything's different. Like I feel healthier. There's no other way to describe it. I don't like even I take magnesium every day. magnesium phosphate. It helps with pain, but it gives me energy. That's why I take it. It's supposed to help you sleep, but I take it for energy. So anyways, I take magnesium phosphate and I drink a lot of Pellegrino because the natural minerals feel really good and they get rid of my brain fog. Not forever, but at least temporarily. And I twitch when I take those two things, or one of those two things, and my muscles always twitch. I don't know what it is, but I guess because I'm so low in it, I usually twitch, and I have not been twitching as much on like month 1 on Welchol, and I have not been twitching, which can only mean that my body is absorbing minerals at this point, because it's like it doesn't even make a difference when I take these things, and usually it's night and day difference. So that's really good, really good. I haven't even been taking my vitamins because I'm too sensitive to them now, and I think that might be a good thing too. I mean, I've been on this wild paleo diet, and it like didn't make much of a difference in terms of energy or absorbing nutrients too much. I mean, some of the nutrients, yeah, but I still always felt better taking a multivitamin. And now I can't even take half a multivitamin because it feels like my B6 is so high that I just get neuropathy even with half a Flintstone vitamin, which is only 50% of your daily recommended. And it's just the lowest vitamin, that's the lowest B6 you can find in a multi, which is why I take it. Yeah, so I've been getting neuropathy with even half a vitamin now, which means that I'm probably actually absorbing all the B6 from the diet. I don't know what else it could mean. It could be something not good. But the thing is, I've developed a lot more leg aching. So although I've been popping out less, like my wrist doesn't even pop out as much as it used to. It used to be like, and my hips are like every time I move. That hasn't been happening as much, but I am in almost constant pain now, and I can only hear "it's your body healing" so many times, or "it's a fucking herx," like I'm just over the whole pain is your way of your body telling you it's getting better. Like I don't fucking know. It could, my liver could be failing for all I fucking know. Let's hope not. But I have been popping out less, so that's good, I guess. So yeah, it did give me energy, but there was something else I wanted to talk about. I do feel like my brain fog is getting a little better too, and it doesn't seem to me that I need so many supplements just to get it working, But I want to talk about. Oh yeah, okay. So I've been seeing a chiropractor. Somebody mentioned this actually in one of the comments, and you were right, person, whoever you are. I did see a chiropractor years ago for my degenerated disc, and it was like la di da, blah blah. It didn't help at all. And I'm seeing a chiropractor now that is freaking amazing. He was trained in physical therapy too. I really think that's, that sets him above par with other chiropractors. He's been popping things back into place, and it's like night and day. My body just feels different. It feels stronger, and it just feels more aligned. I'm trying to explain. Like I stand differently now, and before I have knee problems, this knee, and it kept rubbing, and he just kind of did something with my leg and my back, and now it doesn't rub again. It's not bone against bone anymore. I don't know how that happened, but I've definitely been standing up straighter, and I've been doing physical therapy as well to build up the bottom half of my body. And even though I'm doing all of that, I'm still in way more chronic pain. So I can't say that I don't think it's related to those two things. I think it's probably more med related because I'm very sensitive to meds. So it's possible it's that. I have been increasing my detox tea. I don't have any sitting here. Do I? Maybe I do. No, I don't. So I've been taking Yogi Detox Tea, which has something called Chinese skullcap herb in it, and it makes me feel really amazing at first. I'm starting to think it's causing the leg aches, so I'm gonna cut it out. I also think maybe nightshades are causing the leg aches because I reintroduced them into my diet. Or it could just be the meds, or it could be something that was sort of failing temporarily, intermittently. I mean, and now it's like on its way out. But I don't know. I don't know yet. I have an appointment again tomorrow. Yeah, with the Montana doctors that treat for mold intolerance, toxicity, whatever. And yeah, so they're gonna let me know if I have this infection thing going on, and I'm gonna tell them about the leg aching, and then I guess we'll find out. Okay.